Microbrand watches are some of the most exciting, creative, and best value pieces in the entire watch world. But they all share one big problem. Unlike Rolex, Omega, or even Seiko, you can't just walk into a store and try one on. And when it comes to watches, something you wear, something you feel, that's a pretty big deal. Hey there, I'm Dave, and welcome back to Microbrand Watch, the channel where we dive deep into the most interesting, independent, and microbrand watches out there. But today, I want to talk about what I think is the biggest challenge that microbrands face, and that's accessibility. I want to talk about why it matters, how it affects both buyers and brands, and what we can do about it. Here's the thing, watches aren't just numbers on a spec sheet. Yes, you can read that a diver is 40 millimeters. But depending on the case shape, the lug to lug, and the thickness, it can wear like a 42 or a 38, and that's a big difference. The weight, the way the bracelet drapes, the way the dial catches the light, none of that comes across in photos. And honestly, the decision to buy a watch often happens in the first 10 seconds on the wrist. You just know when it works. And that's why the inability to try a microbrand on beforehand is such a big obstacle. And the result is that a lot of people hesitate and either don't pull the trigger at all, or even worse, they just stick with the safer, more familiar brands that they can get their hands on. Now, one thing that helps enormously are watch reviewers. Like me, I would say that, of course, though, wouldn't I? These are people who can show these pieces on the wrist, show the lume, capture those macro details. And for many collectors, that's the closest thing they're going to get to trying it on. But here's the word of caution. Not all reviews are created equal. Some reviewers are given watches for free or offered discounts, and there's often an unspoken expectation that you have to be nice on a review. And the danger here is that you end up with content that's more marketing than genuine critique. Now, that doesn't mean that reviewers and reviews aren't valuable. They absolutely are. But as buyers, we've got to seek out the voices that we believe balance praise with honesty. And as reviewers, I think we've got a huge responsibility as well to be clear, transparent, and genuine, and not be led by the brands. The other big solution is watch shows. If you've ever been to a wind-up watch fair or the British Watchmakers Day, for example, or even just a local meetup, you'll know how powerful it is to get hands-on with these watches. You've got dozens of microbrands all under one roof. You can handle them, you can swap straps, you can compare sizes, and you can actually feel the watches. For the collectors, it builds confidence. For the brands, it builds trust. And honestly, it's one of the best ways that we've got to grow this microbrand community. So here's my call to action. If you're a collector, support these shows, go to the meetups and share your experiences online because you're helping the whole microbrand ecosystem. And if you're a microbrand, invest in the shows, build relationships with trusted reviewers, and make it easier for people to get hands-on with your watches, because when they do, they'll want to buy it. Because the truth is this, right? No matter how good the photos, people want to feel that moment on the wrist. That's what will sell your watch. Look, microbrands are doing some of the most exciting work in the watch world today. But until more people can actually try them on, there's a ceiling to how far this space can grow. Reviewers like me can help. Watch shows can be even more helpful, but ultimately nothing beats that feeling of a watch clicking with you when you put it on your wrist. But what do you think? Would you buy a microbrand without ever trying it on first? Do you buy microbrand watches without trying them on? Or is that a deal breaker for you? Let me know in the comments how you like to buy your watches. And if you enjoyed this video, please do give it a like, subscribe for more, and hey, share it with a fellow watch enthusiast. Hey, if it hasn't come across already, I'm really passionate about microbrand watches. It's exactly why I started this channel with the really simple ethos of trying to introduce as many people as possible to a microbrand watch that they'd like to see on their wrist every single day. I hope that you'll stay with us on the channel and look forward to seeing you on future videos. But until then, enjoy your watches.